Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com.
Hi there, Aquarius. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting April 5th, 2021. And just a quick reminder for all of you out there who are Patreon supporters, thank you very much, by the way. Don't forget to check out your weekly bonus astrology report as well. And remember, we are doing double readings now, or I guess you could say double passes on every subject. So same format, just extra cards. So before we get started on the cards, though, I want to talk about a nice little shift that occurred very recently within the last few hours with the astrology. And that is Mercury, planet of communications, haste, and speed, recently moved into Aries, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as your peer group. And with Mercury in your third house, for the next 2.5 weeks, you're going to start to see a lot of old business, as well as a lot of pending business, pending implementations of agreements, of maybe, again, signed contracts, things that have been sort of waiting in the wings, start to actually substantiate. Because when Mercury goes into an area of our chart, he speeds up all processes that are going on there. This can open up lines of communication, especially where you may be feeling like you're having a hard time reaching a certain person or a certain maybe agency, a certain group, a certain organization. Maybe there is something that is still kind of stuck on paper that's not actually substantiating and starting to get off the ground. This is a time where you're going to notice a lot of that picking up very, very quickly. And any kind of old business that has been taking too long to actually culminate and end, so we can transition away from it, is also going to be getting a very big speed boost. Just keep in mind with Mercury in the third house, things that we initiate tend to take off very, very quickly. So once it's put out there, it immediately goes to work. So watch your words and make sure that you can back up your words with action sooner than most of us normally expect to when it comes to an offer or a proposition. When it comes to your spiritual themes, we have the Ten of Wands upright and the Queen of Pentacles upright. And with the Ten of Wands upright, I am seeing this week, a lot of you are going to be needing to focus a little bit on what has become just a space holder or something that's actually taking up too much space in your life to be worth carrying on any further. The Ten of Wands is showing me that, again, a lot of life processes, a lot of logs you have on the fire right now are all heating up at the same time. And we're not going to be able to distribute ourselves evenly in order to care for all of these matters that are starting to go through a quick maturation and evolution process. With the Ten of Wands, it's important to know that because things are also going very well, it is a time for you to see what you can get rid of that you really don't actually need, that maybe you've just been kind of holding on to, or that you've been saving, or maybe something that you have been trying to sustain for reasons that are not necessarily completely authentic or essential to the highest interest of all concerned. Maybe you're carrying it for another person, or maybe you're doing it out of, some prosaic sense of duty, or perhaps you have just been doing it because you didn't know you could let it go. Well, over the course of this week, a lot of what this is going to start getting revealed. With the Queen of Pentacles upright, we also see a lot of you coming into a much more comfortable way, especially when it comes to shifting your surroundings to actually be a better custom fit for you, whether it's home surroundings, family surroundings, business surroundings, work surroundings, all of that kind of stuff. Because the Queen of Pentacles is actually allowing you to actually start having your environment, your social atmosphere, your family atmosphere, all of that start to become a perfect fit for you and a better, more accurate reflection of who you really are, versus maybe kind of a heap of a lot of different lives or a lot of different phases of life that either you lived or other people lived that are not actually fits for you. With the Queen of Pentacles, we are actually getting not only back on track, but we're getting a lot of processes in our life back in our own hands. As we get onto your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you have the Page of Cups in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, with the Page of Cups in reverse, for those of you who are just curious about money and just curious about the commodity of money itself, it's going to be a really, really good week. The Page of Cups reversed always talks about being showered with a lot of praise, accolades, and many offers, many gifts and incentives coming through your job, maybe something new, and outside of work that it's going to keep you feeling fairly flush. However, the Page of Cups reverse can be sometimes seen as unwanted positive attention. And this can show up where we might actually be finding that people are, offering or pressuring us with incentive to do things that we don't normally want to do, or things that we don't want to set a precedent for being known for doing forever. And so we want to make sure that we are honoring our boundaries and making sure that we're staying in good communication so we don't get pigeonholed during this time. As we get onto your Three of Swords reversed, well, we also see something actually getting cleared from the table that has actually been a serious problem or serious challenge for you financially, or maybe, again, how you go about your work process, a limitation imposed, a cost, a debt, or an obligation that is getting cleared. It's something that you don't have to really consider as a main focus or a main threat or a main challenge to appease or meet after this week. It may not completely clear up this week, but the process begins and there's no turning it around, so we still have some very good news here. The only thing that I find is a bit of a challenge with the Three of Swords reversed is that while we are clearing out the cause and the core of the challenge itself, or the problem, or the debt, or whatever it is, the Three of Swords reversed really doesn't do much when it comes to the recovery part of getting, everything rebuilt or getting everything back on track. We're getting rid of the problem solver or the threat, but rebuilding or, setting up yourself up in a better way is going to be on you. As we get on to your communications with friends, relatives, maybe other people in your life, we do have the Hermit card upright and the Five of Cups in reverse. And with the Hermit upright, I do see a lot of you Aquarian people actually getting a chance to go very deep with somebody that it's almost as though with the Hermit card, you connect with them in a way that is just completely out of this world or kind of off the beaten path. But with the Hermit card, this is somebody that I don't know if this is necessarily somebody you would consider a close friend or a family member. Maybe it is just one of those types of connections where it's very strong, but it's not very close. The Hermit card is indicating a lot of work being done with this person during this time, or they may actually be giving you some kind of information, a hookup, or some kind of gift that you can immediately put to use in your own life, whether it's, recontextualizing something, helping settle an old story or old challenge, or maybe even giving you a boost. We also have with the Five of Cups reversed some kind of recovery going on, some kind of healing of a connection or a relationship, or possibly the recovery of some kind of asset or resource that could be being given to you by the Hermit, or it could be something getting hooked up by another friend or another relative. Because with the Five of Cups reversed, we see something that is coming in to replace or, what we've lost, or recover what we've lost. It might not be exactly what's gone away, but it's something that's going to fill that role, fill that hole in your life. And as we get onto your challenges, we've got the Sun card reversed and the Four of Wands upright. And so there really aren't a whole lot of big, scary, pervasive challenges throughout this week for you, Aquarius. In fact, these are, overwhelmingly positive cards. Even when you turn them reversed, they're still positive. And with the Sun card reversed, I see that maybe one of the big challenges that could be going on that you want to make sure that you are leaning into is that the Sun card reversed is calling in a need for more transparency. People, relationships needing to become more organic by actually sharing their true selves, letting down their armor, and, releasing any kind of trappings that may have come about them that make them kind of act or behave in a certain way. And this could be also something going on with you. Because with the Sun card reversed, we are dropping a stressful act, dropping a stressful script, dropping a stressful way of carrying on certain friendships, certain relationships, certain projects. And in order to get things back to their true and pure self, this includes you. A good example of this would be, well, maybe changing the way you conduct yourself at work, right? With that Page of Cups reversed. People want to do good things for you. They just don't seem to know how to do what you want. So letting people get to know you better, becoming more transparent in that way, creating more of a heart-centered connection with people can actually help clear up some of that mystery. People won't be screwing up so much. That's just an example. When it comes to the Four of Wands upright, the other challenge, I do feel that a lot of you Aquarian people are coming into a very, very good way this week, and it's important to make sure that we don't let ourselves backslide into the last, I want to say 2.5 to 3 years. Okay, because the Four of Wands is indicating we are achieving some kind of milestone, some kind of no going back point, if we can make sure we don't backslide, right? We start getting a lot of good coming our way. We don't turn around and try to polish things that can't be polished. We don't turn around and try and restore things that are inherently toxic or dysfunctional. It's common sense, but with the Four of Wands, the reason I think it might be a challenge is because maybe, you're good-natured enough, and Aquarius is the most generous sign in the zodiac. You might be tempted to go and give back or give too much to the wrong people or backslide in some way where you don't actually keep stepping up. As we get on to your relationships with love and romance and partnerships, you have the Nine of Swords reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And with the Nine of Swords reversed, I am seeing that there seems to be something going on with some kind of bottled up or unaddressed or unresolved issue as it relates to either a partner's romantic past or development or your romantic past or development that is showing up this week in order for it all to be smoothed over. Because the Nine of Swords reversed does not have to be something that, creates chaos, right? That all depends on how people handle information and stimuli when it presents in their lives. The Nine of Swords reversed can indicate that this is something that is an opportunity to finally work something out and work it out for good. So this might not even involve other people besides you and your partner. This might just be something that we are going through, so there can be that process and purge. If you are currently single or available to somebody new, the Nine of Swords in reverse is indicating that you may encounter somebody who is going through a similar process, or it may actually trigger something in you. So we're going to want to take this a little bit slowly, right? You never want to start off a relationship situation that is rooted in references to past development challenges. When this is cleared, if it gets cleared, you can proceed, but this is not the only option that you're going to have. We also have, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, those of you who are single Aquarian people, something where you could actually have another relationship opportunity show up, but they're not immediately within arm's reach. It seems like there's some kind of transition that has to occur first. Maybe they're, just out of town, or some kind of move or shift has to occur for that to be able to be realized. But we can, start putting in some of the groundwork this week. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Ten of Pentacles reversed is also indicating some other kind of transition that I'm not sure if it's desired or not desired by your partner, is being put on the table as it relates to either their family or their work, their job. The important thing about the Ten of Pentacles reversed is we are getting a heads up so that we can actually work with this and get ourselves either prepared or maybe even prevented from happening in the first place if it's something that we don't want to have happen or something that we can actually turn to our benefit. So that is what I've got for you, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.